Dave here, how are you? I'm working on this river table and I thought I'd give you a couple of tips on sanding. Now the reason I thought about this at the moment is because resin is reasonably soft in comparison to timber and scratch marks will show up big time. Well, there's a few basics you need to be aware of. Turn your dust extraction down low. Then you're not pulling your sand hard down against the surface and making it scratch a whole lot more. Now at the moment I'm using the Rotex and I have been using it in geared mode, so it's very aggressive. So you will see, I'll take a photo of the scratches that I'm getting in here. If you leave the scratches there, if you leave it in Rotex mode and go through all the courses, you're going to have problems. So once you've gone through, I use 80 grit granat to start. Once I've gone through that, I will then switch it off Rotex mode to random orbit. And the difference is chalk and cheese. So if you can get rid of a lot of the aggressive swirly marks right at the beginning, you're not going to have to go back up through the grits and try and chase out all those marks that you've left there as you've gone through. And it's so much quicker to do it this way. So go through with the Rotex in aggressive, then go to standard random orbit. There's a little switch here that flicks you between one to the other. And then get a microfiber rag or a soft rag and rub the whole job over and have a look, because that will get rid of all of the other little bits of dust and you can see where you've left the scratches. That will let you go back over and be critical at every grade of paper you use. Now, one of the other things is make sure that your pad on your sander is clean, that there's nothing on it. If you have a little bit of sawdust on there sticking up, when you put the paper on, it's going to create a high point on the piece of paper. And that will leave marks absolutely everywhere. So make sure that the pad is clean. Make sure that the underside of the paper hasn't got anything on it as well. Make sure it's clean. Make sure that there's no buildup on the actual surface of the paper. Now, the reason I like using granat is it's basically the only paper that Festool is selling now. But apart from that, it's got a surface treatment. Specifically, when I'm working with resin, it builds up. So if you've sanded fiberglass, you'll know that the paper clogs up. This stuff doesn't. Maybe just a little bit here and there, but you know what, in comparison, it is fantastic. Even against Festool's older papers, like that. This is Reuben, and it clogs up. Both the same grit. Granat, no clogging. Reuben, clogging. Oh, one of the other things is, when you're going through the grits, I normally go 80, 120, 180, 220, 320, 400 or 500, then 800.
This is the ETS3 and I've got 500 granat on it. I'll show you quickly how that comes up after we give it a quick wipe with a rag.
Once I've got this prepared, I will then be going over it with another high gloss finish, and this will pop. But I do not want to have any swirly marks in there to let me down. So this has got to look nice. I've invested a lot of time in this. I want it to come up nice. Thanks for watching. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the channel around with your friends. See you later.
Thanks for watching.